Do you have some cut apart pages? You probably do. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Wait until you see this really cute cut apart craft. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel, friends. Thank you so much for being here today. I truly appreciate it. Y'all, I just wrapped up my first ever spring fling, and I have to say, it was a lot of fun. I got to meet so many wonderful ladies, and it's really nice to be able to put a face with a comment name or a comment. So I really hope that everyone who was able to join the spring fling had a great time. I do have some other events planned, and I will be sharing those with you in the upcoming days. But today we're going to make one of the projects that we made during our spring fling, and it involves cut-aparts. So a lot of us have cut-apart pages like this. There are several ways that we can use them, and today I'm going to show you one of those ways. So I'm going to flip to my overhead camera to give you a closer look at what it is I'm talking about. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. So here is the cut-apart page that I'm going to be working with today, and I'm going to be using this cut-apart page to create these sweet little note cards in a box. These are so stinking cute, y'all, and I tell you, I really believe that something like this will sell at a craft fair because it's just a little something. But look at how cute this is. So I didn't make all of the envelopes to go with this one yet, but all I did was I took my cut-aparts and we turned them into some of the easiest note cards or tags you will ever make. So here is what we're going to need to make it. So what I have here, I have my sheet of cut-aparts, and then I have a 12 by 12 inch piece that I'll be using for the box, but we will cut that down, and from one sheet you'll be able to make 2 boxes. Then I have some light colored 8.5 by 11 inch paper. I'll be using this to fill the inside of my cards so that you'll have some writing space, and I'll be using this one to show you how you can make an envelope to go with these little cards. But I tell you what, this is such a simple project. I cannot wait for you to see how easy it is. So I have my cut apart page, and the way that this particular cut apart project is going to work, you're going to have 3 rows of cut aparts that will have 4 cut aparts on each row, which works out to each cut apart being 3 by 4. So we're going to take this, and I am just going to cut apart these pieces, and that is where we get cut aparts from. So a lot of people ask, what is a cut apart? It's this type of sheet that I'm showing you right now. Not all of the cut apart sheets will be the same size. You'll have some images that are small, some that are large. So now when you have it cut like this, we're going to put it in and score. So from each strip, you're going to have 2 pieces that are 6 by 4. Now, if you don't have cut aparts, but you want to make this project, just cut your pieces at 6 by 4 and then just decorate them. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these. So now that we have all of ours cut, we're simply going to place them in on the 6-inch side, and we score at 3. Y'all, we really did have a good time during the spring fling. I did record it, but I'm not going to be sharing it on the channel. I will be making it available to everyone who attended the spring fling. It was 2 days, and they were 2 days of, I believe, about 8 hours each day. So that would be very long videos to put on my channel. But I will be sharing some of the beautiful creations by the ladies that attended. So now we can just take our cards and fold them. Now, aren't these just easy peasy? I think that they are. So now I have these sweet little note cards. That I will be able to use whenever I need a card. So when you open these, they're very busy on the inside. So I'm going to place down some writing paper. Some of your cut aparts might be blank on the inside, and that's perfect because then you don't have to add this strip of colored paper. But I'm going to show you exactly what size you need and how we put it down. So I'm going to cut 3 strips at 2 3/4, and I'm just using this pastel 8.5 by 11-inch paper. Then I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to cut 6 strips that are 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. It's that simple. 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So I am just going to take my tape and add tape to all of these, and then we will put them down. All right, so I have my tape on the backs of all of my yellow pieces, and I am just going to take these and put them down like this. You can dress these up if you want even more by adding little stickers on the inside, but I think that this is just such a cute little way to use those cut aparts that we all seem to have. Even if you don't make items to sell at a craft fair, these are actually great little gifts for family and friends. My oldest sister actually takes little things like this to her doctors, and she shares them with them, and they love it. So little handcrafted items like this are always appreciated. So now I'm going to show you how easy it is to make a little envelope for this. So we're going to cut a piece at 6 1/8 by 8. On the 8-inch side, we're going to score at 3 and at 6 1/8. Then on the 6 1/8 inch side, we're going to score at 1, rotate to the opposite 6 1/8 inch side, and score at 1. Now we are going to fold and burnish all of our little score marks. And let me zoom in, because we're just going to go to this intersecting point here, and we're going to angle in to free those tabs like that. Then I will cut at a downward motion, angling in, and I'll remove the corner pieces like this. Same thing over here. So we're just going to go to the intersecting point and angle, angle, and then I will angle as I'm cutting down here to remove that corner piece, angle as I'm cutting here to remove the corner piece. So now I'm just going to take my scissors, and this end and this end I'm going to round. Now you don't have to round yours. I just like the rounded look on the envelope. If you have a corner rounder, you can certainly try using that. So now your envelope will look like this. We fold this in. The widest part is the part that we fold up. I am just going to put it together with some tape. We're going to put some tape on the end. And then I'll add a little tape right there, fold up, and get it stuck. If you're selling these or gifting these, just make sure that you're using a good quality tape runner or good quality glue so that your envelope does not come apart. So now you can see we can take one of our cards, put it in our envelope, and we have that room to be able to close the flap. So now that we have our cards and we have our envelopes, we're going to make a box. And this is the paper that I have chosen for my box. So we're just going to cut out a strip of 6 by 12. Then we're going to take that strip and we are going to reduce it to 6 by 10. And on the 10-inch side, we're going to score at 3 1/4, at 4, at 7 1/4, and at 8. Then on the 6-inch side, we score at 3/4 of an inch. Rotate to the opposite 6-inch side and score at 3/4 of an inch. Now we are going to fold and burnish all of our scores. All right, so I'm going to zoom in again because now we're going to go ahead and cut out our tabs. The first score mark that you made at 3 1/4 is right here. So we're going to take our finger blade and go up to the score mark and cut. And that'll be free there. Then we're going to move over to the next score mark and cut to free that center tab. Then I'll angle and angle, and I will reduce this just a little bit. Now I'll rotate it, and we'll do the same thing here. So here's that score mark at 3 1/4. Let's cut. Go to this score mark here and cut. Now I'll angle, angle, and reduce. So we've made our cuts here. We're going to slide all the way down to the end here, and then let's backtrack to the very first score mark from the end and cut like this. You see that cut? And then I'll turn it around, follow this all the way down to the edge, and then backtrack to the very first score mark and cut, because we want to free these end tabs here. I'm making the box a little bit differently from the way that I normally make a box. So now we're going to take these two pieces, flip over, and we're going to go ahead and glue them so that we can fold them over. Get that nice and stuck. Get this nice and stuck. So now that you have it like this, let's go ahead and turn it so that it's facing you. You're going to have a score mark right here. We need to just cut to free that score mark. Cut to free that score mark. And then just angle. And angle. So I'll let this sit here for a moment so that you can see exactly how your piece should look. You should have these tabs going out this way, this long piece here, and these angled tabs here. So now we can put our box together. I am going to put the box together with glue because my tape runners are just crappy, and I'm still hunting for some new tape runners. And during the spring fling, several of you shared tape runners and tape guns with me, and I'm probably going to give those a try just to see how they work for me. So I am going to just add my glue. We're going to take this end and stick it to that base there. I'll flip over, get this nice and stuck. Fold this back. There's that tab with the glue. We'll take this end and fold it to that little tab like that. Flip over and get this nice and stuck. So now I'm just going to take my glue, put it on this piece, making sure that I have it so that the glue is definitely coming all the way to the edge. And now when I take this piece and I fold over, if I just go ahead and take this piece and tuck it in, it helps everything to fall into place. So I am just going to go in, get this nice and stuck. Here on the outside, I'll make sure that everything is nice and stuck. And then we'll do the same thing over here. Go ahead and add some glue. Make sure that I have my glue at the edge. Fold over and stick it. And now I can go in, get this nice and stuck. And since I have some scrap, I think I'm just going to take a scrap piece and put it right there. So I cut a strip that is 4.5 by 2.5, and I'm just going to put it down right here so that when you open it, you'll have that nice finished look. You can leave it blank if you want, but I am just going to take this. I'm adding some glue. I'm going to put this down and just sort of smush it around to get that glue nice and stuck, making sure that I don't have it on my score mark. Then I'll just go in, we'll stick it. Now I can flip it over, and I'm just going to take my stylus and go in and create a nice little score. Then I can see that I have a little bit sticking over the edge here. I'm going to take my scissors and just trim that away. So now we can take this piece and fold it over, and that just gives us a nice finished little front to this. So I am going to add some more glue. Fold over and get that stuck. And y'all, that's a keeper. So I'm going to take my Velcro dot, and I'm going to place my Velcro dot right there. Peel away and fold over to get that stuck. And I'll lift up, go in and stick my Velcro dot from both sides. And now I can take my cards as well as my envelope, put it in, and I think that you can probably get 6 cards and 6 envelopes in this little box comfortably. So let's fold over. So now I'm going to take my little sticker sheet, and I'm just going to take this one that says Share Joy, and I'm going to take some scrap, and we'll put this down on this scrap. And then I'll just trim away this piece. And now we can take our sticker and put it right here. So I am just going to add a little bit of glue to the back because I don't want this coming up. I'm going to take this and put it right here. So let me open this so that I can go back over it with my bone folder to make sure that everything stays nice and stuck. And now we have another sweet little box of note cards and cards. Isn't that a really cute little something for anyone? So I'm going to put these back in my box. Bring in the others. So simple to make, so inexpensive to make. We took one sheet of cut aparts, half of a 6 by 12, and a few pieces of 8.5 by 11, and you're able to make these little cuties to gift, to keep, or to sell. Completely up to you, but I think that you will have fun making these no matter what your plans are for them. I do think that if these are sitting out on a craft fair table, they are going to make a great presentation. So I hope that you will pull out your cut-aparts and try doing a craft similar to this. And I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, all day, every day, this is what we do, and this is how we do it. So I would love to have you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. As always, my beautiful crafty friends, please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.